my G's? Y'all should know what it is. It is BKA Watts, one half of the Blurs and Clips podcast, coming at you live, pre-recorded. But per usual, from the Revolt Podcast Network, delivering you motherfuckers another one of them flawless, repetitious intros. And you know when I blurred and I clip, I don't do it by myself. I be with my partner in crime.
Bah humbug. Hi there, it's the award-winning Vicatron. Cheese. What's up?
Shit, we out here in these streets. Hey, me, fade the music. Pew, 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 pew.
I don't be out here in these streets. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Anyway.
I literally.
Hey, it's Blurs and Clippy time.
It's time to blurred and clip and or. We back at y'all with another one of them things, man. Vig, how you feeling?
Oh, man, fuck that shit. So, obviously you can tell I'm festive. I'm not festive. I really don't be giving a fuck about this shit. But if there's one thing I love, it's crying Jordan. So, obviously.
I feel like we all should love crying
Obviously.
we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to
hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife,
and hide your husband. Because they raping everybody out here.
You don't have to come and confess.
We looking for you. We gonna find you. We gonna find you. You can run and tell that. Run and tell that.
Run and tell that.
Homeboy. Homeboy.
All right.
Hey, man, nigga can perform that shit at the BET Awards, bro. That shit is crazy.
Because niggas gon' nig.
That was the most niggeriest shit that I think they ever did at the BET Awards.
Nah, we live in the age of Sexy Red, and that was before that.
You know what? So, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, obviously.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. let me my Willie D. You right.
Hell yeah, I'm right. I seen this shit night after night. All right, this is not blends and clips, but kind of. I was gonna say that.
Oh shit!
Not yet. This what it is.
Oh my God.
But
hey, we off to a motherfucking start, nigga.
Pretty much. I was going to say that obviously for the people that are viewing this, that are not just listening to audio, that this is probably going to be a holiday show. You would think, being that it's December. So
yeah,
there's that.
Speaking of December, my birthday just happened. I'm old as fuck, y'all. My knees hurt. My back hurts. My shoulders hurt. Really fucking bad, actually. And outside of that, you know, still out here just a karate chopping and a kung fu kicking.
Okay, he be stroking. That's what he be doing. Yeah. So that being said, so we're gonna start this off a little bit different, because I know that I asked you prior that you didn't listen to the new Snoop. Produced by Dr. Dre. And again, this is not a music podcast.
No. You know what it is? It's Blurs and Clips, your TV, movie, video game, or whatever the hell else we feel like talking about podcast, because it's our goddamn show. And what we will not be talking about is you niggas mixtapes. I don't give a fuck how much holiday cheer y'all niggas thought y'all was going to get on this episode. That's not going to change that, though. As you were saying.
Well, yeah. So that being said, yeah. However you need to listen to that album, listen to the album. I was highly impressed with it under the circumstances. But that being said, this is not an album review. I'm not going to do that to y'all, but I fucks with it. There is a companion movie that they released, about 15 minutes or so, and I watched it, and I had Watts watch it before we started recording. So since we didn't really discuss it after we finished watching it, you figure on our TV, movie, and video game podcast, we would actually take the time to talk about it now because it was something we watched on the screen, no less. Yeah. So I fucked with it. I tried to get in and watch it. So that's the real question. How did you feel about it?
I actually thought that shit was dope as fuck. I thought it was cool. Like, nigga, that shit could legit be like a little thing, like maybe a show or something of the sort.
That's why I wanted you to see it, because when I saw it, nothing made me want another Snoop and Dre movie not written by DJ Pooh, right, or directed by DJ Pooh than watching that shit, because that shit was funny.
Yeah, no. That's nigga. The shit was actually dope. First of all, nigga, I mean, so I assume that's the title track.
Missionary is the name of the album. There is
Right.
no actual Missionary song
okay.
on the album.
So that first joint that opened it up, is that not a actual
No, that's
joint?
Out of the Blue.
Okay. That shit was hard as fuck,
Yeah.
nigga.
Out of the Blue is
That shit was I'm like, yo, who wrote this, nigga?
Whoever, that's good to be said. Whoever is writing Snoop's rhymes on this album, chef's kiss for you under the circumstances. They brought him into 2024 the right way.
For sure.
Overall. Plus, whoever's doing the beats that Dre is overseeing, man, you know how Dre does, so it sounds fucking impeccable. But that video or the short film they did, directed by Dave Meyers, I do believe, it's funny as shit to the point. That's why I said I would love to see, and Dre wrote it with somebody else, so I would love to see them do a full length, even if it was like some straight to video shit,
right?
With them playing those characters. So basically, Dre and Snoop play.
I'm just like, how much fucking money did a nigga spend on that shit? Cause bro, that production value was on fucking point.
Billion.
Well, you know what? You're right. Bitch is a billionaire. Fuck am I thinking?
Right. So
he spend however much money he fucking want.
So the fact that they did it, so like basically Dre and Snoop are playing themselves, but in this alternate universe, they are also like not hitmen, but they're vigilantes. They're basically like the Punisher, but they're not exactly superheroes. So they just basically look out for people that are downtrodden and they get revenge for them, kind of thing. And there's just a little narrative that goes on with them within it. So it's on YouTube. I definitely would suggest you check it out, but I think it's funny as shit. It's also bloody, so be aware that, like I said, it's basically like a rated R mini movie, but it's a comedy, and like I said, I thought it was funny as shit, and that's why I was so upset when you started talking about the Dr. Dre shit. Nah, I'm not going to spoil this because I think it's one of the funniest parts in the fucking shit. But that's why I was like, nigga, shut up, because you missing, because that's what got me. Because that fucking scene itself, that when that came up, I'm like, nigga, I want a fucking Dre and Snoop movie.
Yeah, nah.
Based on that shit
like,
alone.
but like Dre and Snoop being like alternate world Dre and Snoop is... That shit was dope. So absolutely go fuck with that. That was for sure. I liked it. I thought I liked it. Couple of moments where I was like, okay, well that's CG. Like, but fuck that. Who cares? Shit was dope. So definitely go check that out. The Missionary short film is on YouTube. Like Vic said, it was like 12 minutes and some change. Also, I don't want to spoil nothing. So just go watch it. It ain't shit but a couple of minutes. So
it's not long. Just check it out. But like I said, it's if you like Dre and Snoop and you want a companion piece to go with the new album, they do play some songs within it kind of in the background. It's not like music video after music video. Like Out of the Blue is the only one that actually gets a music video treatment as it opens up, but everything else is kind of behind the scenes. But it's like I said, just in what they did, it's almost like a buddy cop movie, even though they're not playing cops, but it's fucking hilarious to me. I loved it. So,
no, for sure. I thought it was good. I was kind of sorry that it was short, and I was also like, yeah. I mean, shit. I'm thinking it would be real dope if we actually got something that came out of that. Because at this point, Dre a billionaire and Snoop is legitimately just doing side missions.
Right. Well, this definitely is one of his side missions, but
just
like I said,
fucking side missions, bro. I started watching The Voice. Random is super fucking random.
Right.
Just like I don't even remember why. Caught an episode of The Voice, and Snoop is the new coach on that season. I don't know if that's this most recent season. I don't even fucking know.
He's been on there pretty much, I think, all year, if not even maybe last year.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I don't watch that shit.
No. Yeah. So it was just like super fucking random. But my Samsung TV was just playing shit. So yeah, super random. But if you have a Samsung Smart TV, it comes with Samsung TV, which has I don't know, a couple thousand fucking free ass channels just for owning the Samsung. So when you turn the TV on, it just automatically loads up Samsung TV and just throws on a show, unless you choose something specific. So yeah. So yeah, I'm watching this shit and I'm just like, yo, like this nigga is a coach. Like on The Voice, why would Snoop be a coach on The Voice? And I watched like 2-3 episodes and I'm like, this nigga is a fantastic element to this fucking show. Like his attitude is just, everybody fucking loves Snoop. So it's just cool seeing him make selections, picking white country artists and shit, building out his team for real. the way he interacting and playing the game with the other coaches and shit, I'm like, yo, I'm actually gonna watch this season of The Voice. Super random. Also, it's a super surprisingly, but this is TV movie. Michael Bublé is awesome, and I didn't know that.
In what way?
His personality.
Well, I don't doubt that. I'm not a Michael Bublé fan by any means, and I can't really.
Outside of Christmas music, I don't know nothing about.
Well, I know that he was already notorious years and years ago of showing up and doing comedic things, or showing up in comedic stuff. So that's usually always a thing for me. If you want me to like you, whether I'm a fan or not, if you are good or you are completely okay with making fun of yourself for being involved and stuff like that, then you already kind of have me sold to where I ain't gonna say I'm checking for you, but I'm like, yeah. So that's what Michael Bublé is for me. But I don't.
Yeah, I've only heard his name infinitely over the years between jazz and Christmas music and shit. Mm-hmm. And when I used to work in retail, Michael Bublé music getting played during the holidays and shit. And got a couple of records for it that I actually fuck with. So that's cool, whatever. But then to actually see him and get a feel for his personality as they all interacting on the show and as the coaches, I'm like, yo, I feel like I would be having a fucking ball kicking it around this asshole. He's funny as fuck.
Well, like I said, the fact that I know he's done a bunch of comedic stuff, I don't know if it was he's probably been on SNL before as a host, but like I said, he definitely used to show up in some stuff at least more than a decade ago. I don't want to say 20 years ago, but he's done some stuff that I've seen where, he was on there being funny. And like I said, me not knowing who the hell he was, he hit my radar based on that. If for nothing else. But yeah, I feel you. But yeah, the whole thing of Snoop being on there, I don't think that's out of character, because you figure once, and I'm not going to shit on Paula Abdul by kind of thinking this, but even outside of American Idol and things like that, it seemed to get to a point where, especially with The Voice, where you was always you're thinking somebody that can really sing would be on there. But then they did start making some changes where you could tell they were integrating people that aren't the greatest singers, but it's more about, having some overall. Then that's why he's not so out of place.
For sure.
But mind you, with the record, I don't watch none of this shit. I am not a fan of any of the reality shows, and definitely reality game shows kind of thing. Yeah. Shit. Even though, a couple of our peoples have been on there, or at least my peoples. I don't know how cool you are with them, but
yeah.
Frank for sure has been on there.
Wasn't Don on there?
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Don or DR King.
Yeah, I'm about to say I seen him a couple weeks ago. He was at Potluck.
Okay.
So that was
on brand for Don.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen him in a few years, but
him and Dame was there. I was super hyped to see Dame.
Oh, I'm not gonna say Dame is cool, but me and Dame were not buddy, but we were cool.
I don't even know why me and Dame locked in and got so cool. Maybe I just love the fucking drums so much.
But yeah, but during that period when we were at B-Side,
niggas was every week.
We were cool, so I'm not gonna knock it. Shout out to him winning a Grammy and all that shit.
You got a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your boy.
So yeah, all our peoples that's been out there that we've known and crossed paths with in that whole sector of the Cleveland art scene and music scene, like I said, DR King, Dame Drummer, fucking Frank West, our nigga Duran Bernard,
of course,
nominated for a Grammy.
Nominated for a motherfucking
Grammy. And by proxy, the former Blurred Mark Moore also being in the midst of that, since he has writing credits.
That's crazy.
On that shit. But we know folks. We ain't shit, but we know people.
We ain't shit at all.
We are 1 degree of separation from
so much greatness. So much success.
Right.
While we over here recording a podcast about movies and a bando.
Right.
Crazy.
Fucked up.
What's next?
All right. So that being said, we talked about that. So you ended up showing me, as far as the video game thing, might as well do that before we hit the,
for sure.
Topic. So since Watts ended up showing me a full trailer for...
I came with the video game topic this week, motherfuckers. Let's go. Let's do it.
So for a game called Knockoff...
that I ain't even going to be able to play because I ain't got nothing but the Switch.
Did it say...
That bitch is on, it's on everything else. It's on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Well, it's not necessarily that it may not be eventually on Switch, but it probably be last since Switch is the weaker of the systems. So it's a possibility at some point. But it's a game that's basically a parody of all of the 80s, 90s toys that we used to play with, like He-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
like Battletoads and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like a mix of that where it's like they're knockoff toys, but it's a fighting game. It looks fucking awesome. I mean, like I said, it looks really good. I hope the gameplay matches with that. But like I said, I'm interested in it just based on what is, because I grew up obviously with He-Man. I remember getting my first He-Man. I got He-Man in late 82. Yeah, old nigga shit. So anyway, when I got him, I knew a kid that lived down the street from me. He got him first, and he was calling him Conan because this was like fresh after Conan the Barbarian came out. And he kept calling him that. And I was thinking like, oh, for real? Is a Conan toy? And then I ended up getting it for like KB Toys at fucking Euclid Square Mall.
Man, I miss KB Toys and
like
Euclid Square Mall, bro.
Nigga,
I miss both of them
toy
motherfuckers,
stores.
Bro.
The
Real
fuck
life.
you talking about?
Real life. Nigga, like Big Fun on fucking Coventry used to be life, nigga. Yep. Oh my God, bro. KB Toys, Toys R Us. Come on. Damn. Life trash now.
And even older for you not knowing, Kitty City, Children's Palace.
Children's Palace, but not Kitty City.
It for us in the late 70s, early 80s, well, definitely early 80s when I was a kid, because I remember going there either for like birthday or, preliminary for Christmas or whatever, wanting to get shit out of there. But that was, because in fact, yeah, like as far as us getting used to Toys R Us came a little bit later. Like all we had at the time during those early 80s was like Kitty City and Children's Palace was the main places. And then Toys R Us worked its way in there in the late 80s.
Yeah, nigga, I remember the first time I went into Manor Mall and walked past, was like getting closer to that one end of the mall, and I was looking up and that shit said, I thought it said Children's Palace, but it was Children's Place, the little clothes store for the kids. I was disappointed as fuck.
Damn.
I'll never forget that shit, nigga. I was hurt, nigga. I started walking faster, nigga, like, wait a minute.
Right.
Wrong, nigga. It was fucking little boy's pants half off. Hee hee.
All right,
see how I was able to make a joke without making a joke?
Yeah, I'm not, because it's just going to devolve.
You're right.
Anyway,
You're right.
So yeah, knockoff I'm interested in. Also, like
Looks
on the video
dope.
game front, Helldivers, which you also don't play, but is also been pretty big this year. Won, I think like a Gamer's Choice Award at the Game Awards, which just happened a few days ago. But Helldivers, like I said, Helldivers 2 specifically is a big, it's a player versus everyone game. It's not a shooter in the traditional sense, but it's basically, it is a parody of sorts or a homage to like Starship Troopers, Terminator, War of the Worlds. So in the beginning of the year, and I'm sure I brought this up before on an earlier episode, but beginning of the year, they only had the two factions open, where it was the Terminids and the automatons. The automatons are the robots, kind of like the Terminator shit. The bugs are the Terminids. But everyone kept wondering when they were going to bring the Illuminate in. The Illuminate finally got debuted the day that the Game Awards came out last Thursday. So they finally opened up a new faction. So it went from like their player count at maximum was like somewhere around 30,000. When the Illuminate dropped, that shit shot up to 100,000 again. Like player base on that shit is wild as fuck at this point. But it's one of my favorite games. I usually play that shit nightly with the homies online.
What is it on?
It's on PlayStation and PC.
For sure.
Or Steam. So yeah, you either have a PC or, Steam Deck or some shit, or gotta have PlayStation 5 to play.
Got you.
But
man, like I said, bro, I know I would just waste the money.
Yeah, in a way. Like if you could get, it would almost be like if you could have got the hookup that I got last year when I bought that PS5 off of Damien. That would have been like, yeah, get it for that price for $250 for what he was getting it for, and then you could just pick and choose whatever games you may or may not be buying, because then it would be worth it. Because you don't have to, obviously you ain't got to get every fucking thing, but there's a few things that you could play on it that would be worth your time. And especially for half the price of a normal system, that would have been worth it. But maybe sometime in the future. But it's an online only game. That's the other thing too, that it's only online. Maybe one day it'll expand out because it's not even on. It's a Sony game under Arrowhead Studios is the who makes it, but it's a Sony game, so the odds of it coming to Xbox probably not likely. But I know they are rumored about the idea of that happening, but yeah, who knows? So nonetheless, I don't think I have anything else in video game news per se. So I mean, I guess we can basically transition to the main topic of the.
Wait. First, Craven flopped. I don't have the entirety of the box office. I haven't looked. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just know Craven flopped. I know it's.
I don't even think
it's
it
bad.
needs to be said because, like, in the one group I'm in Facebook, every time something new or big comes out, and they always do a post to talk about it, like on that Monday. Mm-hmm. So every time like that, and it was something else that came out in recent time where it's like it flopped, and every time when they're like, yeah, blah blah blah. Spoiler talk or whatever in the thread, and I was posting there, ain't nobody see this shit, because ain't nobody see this shit.
No.
So move on.
That's crazy. That's crazy though. Like I like Aaron Taylor Johnson though.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I know.
We like plenty of people, nigga. We like Denzel. You ain't about to fucking watch. What the fuck was the name of that movie he was in back in the day? With Robert Townsend in it. I can't believe I can't think of it. The great The Mighty Quinn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you ain't about to watch that shit. You ain't about to watch Carbon Copy with him playing the son of the white guy kind of shit. So
no,
I feel it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no. I don't know, bro. Like it's just outside of. It's just he just. It's like he one of them cats that got potential, but it's just these movies just keep being ass. That nigga need to fire his agent. Whoever the fuck his team is that's assisting him in picking out joints. I mean, you're doing high profile joints, and I'm sure that's a big check on a consistent basis. But that shit about to drive you into the fucking ground because nigga, everything is ass. Like you made it into the MCU, nigga. That's great, but then they killed you. So well, that's over with. And then the next time nigga seen Quicksilver, nigga, it was fucking Evan Peters. And I mean, makes sense because that nigga was the much superior Quicksilver by comparison, even though those are not superior movies. Like,
wait a minute, wasn't Evan Peters technically before Aaron?
No. I said the next time we seen Quicksilver, it was Evan Peters, WandaVision.
Oh, I thought you were just saying period because I'm like, I could have swore he debuted before.
Yeah. No, for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so like he's never, like what I'm saying is he'll never be back in the MCU. So he's out of the running for that. Hopefully, maybe there's something.
Never say never.
You feel me? Maybe there's something DC for him, perhaps. But like Godzilla, it's Godzilla. So Godzilla is always gonna work. But Godzilla is not a franchise that keeps bringing niggas back on repeat. So you're out of there. That's over with.
Okay, so here's where I'm gonna give you pushback. I hear what you're saying, but this is why I don't fully agree, and it's a crapshoot. It's like, even though I shouldn't quote this nigga, but it's like John Campea says, nobody sets out to make a bad movie, right? So if you are an actor where you can possibly be a lead actor in some big franchise or potential franchise, you're going to run into that situation where they're going to offer you something and you could very well say no, but you don't really know the quality of what it's going to be. And sometimes the script isn't there, or maybe the idea that they have for the script, whatever treatment they have, seems like it'll be an okay idea. You could pass on it, but then that might be the thing you passed on that somebody else takes. You know what it'd be like? Think about like Venom. Like Tom Hardy took Venom, and as much as we probably looked at it and was like, nah, and then it ends up making $1 billion. It's kind of like that. You could say no and be like, oh, this is trash. But then if that shit would have came out and would have blown up, then it would be like, oh, you made the right decision. So that's what I'm saying. I get it, but I think it's way more difficult to navigate that when you're in that kind of position because you don't want to just say no, especially when you don't know what that next big thing is going to be.
That much is true. I only say, additionally, though, I would look at some of his more recent joints. Now, I fucked with Bullet Train.
Right.
I fucked with Bullet Train, though, so I give him that for sure. But again, and if I were him, I would have took Godzilla as well. It's fucking Godzilla.
Right.
It just ended. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good necessarily. So like whatever.
I was about to say something I didn't realize, and we could almost use this as a prop. Whenever we decide to shit on your movie or your career, that's why we got the toilet paper here. Because it's been on camera the entire time.
I wasn't paying no fucking mind, bro. TP. Cornholio was right there.
TP for his bunghole.
Yeah. Listen, for whatever reason, they don't have just a original outfit Beavis and Butthead Funko Pops, but they have them with their Burger World outfits, and they have a Cornholio. So it's either Burger World Beavis and Butthead or Cornholio. Whatever, sure. But yeah, like I said, I would have took Godzilla too. Bullet Train was definitely fucking great. I think that beyond that though, like I said, I mean, tentatively we can say he's out of Marvel currently. We don't know of anything from DC. We don't know what the fuck the Broccolis is gonna do with fucking Bond. We know he's been mentioned, but so has a bunch of other motherfuckers. And I don't know that I would want to see him as Bond. And then you got Craven. And I ain't gonna lie, that's one with the exception of the fucking check and you're an actor, I get it. But again, for brand's sake, I probably wouldn't have taken Craven because these niggas, they're Sony with the live action, with they non-Spider-Man universe shit has been fucking trash. First Venom was like, all right. Second Venom was like, what the fuck? They really ruined fucking Carnage with Woody, who's the fucking man, bruh. And they ruined that shit. It was ass. And I didn't see Last Dance, but heard mostly positive shit. All right, sure. But that Madam Web shit, ass. That Morbius shit, ass.
Still haven't watched Morbius shit.
Ass.
I understand that, but I
both
watched
cheeks.
Madam Web though, but I still haven't watched
yeah, nigga. Well, I mean, because that's with Sony with the Netflix deal, so that shit immediately. If you're unaware, if you see a Sony movie, you like a Sony movie, more than likely Sony movies are on Netflix. That is where, because they opted not to create and spend the money to create a streaming service, they just partnered with Netflix. So if you want to see something that's Sony, go to Netflix. But Madam Web made it to Netflix in fucking 30 seconds. That shit came out on Friday and that shit was on Netflix on Sunday because it was like, okay, this isn't gonna work. Like, so I feel like I probably wouldn't have bet on Sony with that shit because their track record is not, it's ass.
Yeah, for that reason, that's legit. But if you really look at it though, if you're going by, let's go with that theory. If the only thing you have in front of you is, if you're going to count Spider-Verse, and then you have Venom, which does a billy, then you have Morbius, which doesn't do well, but then probably by the time that he really signed on, might have been right before Madam Web or somewhere in that area where he didn't know.
Yeah.
So
and I also don't even consider Spider-Verse because as I'm thinking about their live action, they're
well, no, I get you. I don't either, but I guess me again
because that shit is the best shit in the galaxy, which we know,
right? But I guess me still also watching Campia, where it was basically saying like, if you had to really look at what Sony has done with Spider-Man related things, they are technically still profitable.
Oh, for sure.
Even though
the bread's still there, the movie's just ass.
Right. And that's why I'm saying that's why I feel like it's still more of a crapshoot than we want to admit because of the fact that you're like, yeah, maybe, but we can almost bet anything on it that they gonna pivot the current method because right now I would hope so.
Well, this is the thing. So you got Venom comes out, makes a billy. 2 comes out, nowhere close. 3 comes out, nowhere close. Madam Web comes out, $6. Like Morbius comes out, $8. Madam Web comes out, $6. Craven comes out, $3. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, y'all gonna drop the next one, and that motherfucker better be a $38 budget and come out on go straight to streaming because there's no bread there.
Well, yeah, they're not, and again, that's why I think on one hand it's kind of like I'm glad to see you fail because that's all I felt from the very beginning is why are you making Spider-Man related movies with no Spider-Man?
Facts.
I didn't want to see any of this shit.
Well, unless they was gonna try to fucking do that
Venom
Jake ass,
smack in the
like
face.
maybe unless some niggas was gonna try to do the build out the universe with a bunch of these side characters and then bring it all together at some point. But those movies have to actually be good, so that's a shitty. That's not smart to bank on.
Right. Well, fuck Sony except for products and video games.
Pretty much. Let's do it. All right. Main topic of the day. Yeah, bitch. It's time to get blurty and or clippy at the same time. Coming at you live from W Balls.
Per usual, I'm festive. He's just
I'll be out here.
Nice Co.
Nice Co. Shout out to Nice Co.
Shout out to K Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Right. My dog, DJ K Nice. Another potluck in the motherfucking books, nigga.
Yeah, I forgot who I was telling about that shit. Complete sidebar by K Nice is where people always assume sometimes when you have a name in the city and everybody just assumes that because of the fact you have a name that you're some asshole or you're unlikable or whatever the fuck. And I didn't have to defend him, but I was like, yeah, it's kind of odd. Like, yeah, K Nice, like, I'm cool as fuck with him. Like, but again, it was something I never expected, and especially being the fact that the way that we met or even got cool had everything to do with karaoke and not some other shit. Like non-hip hop related shit. That's why it's like funny as fuck to me. Is like, yeah, K cool as fuck. But yeah, I didn't even meet him through the normal circumstances,
right?
Where people would assume. But anyway, yeah. So shout out to K Nice, even though I technically have not worn any of his gear at this point. But
hey man, it's all right because I'll be wearing this shit on most episodes. So you know what I'm saying. Y'all go check out nicecoprints.com.
Cleveland's own.
Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Pew, 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 pew. I don't feel like reaching for the button again, but you know what's up. We out here. All right, now listen, man. It's a holiday episode. It's festive. We out here crying Jordan right up on Vig's tum-tum.
Let me stop right before we say that, though.
Okay.
I vote, and it's only two of us, so it's either going to be eliminated anyway. I vote to get rid of that goddamn shit for 2025. The beer, it's too overused.
It is, though. I ain't gonna argue with you.
Because especially with our folks, everything and then some podcasts, and when they using it too, I was like, you know what? We need to stop using that shit. It's like
a rite of passage.
It is, but that's why I'm saying for 2025 we need to find something else.
All right,
it's just my suggestion. It can stay there, but like I said, when I heard it typical a couple times on their pod, and I was like, you know what? I'm officially tired of hearing this shit.
It's gonna be battle rap. I'm gonna put it's gonna be like bang bang and shit like that. It's gonna be
type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Don DeMarco. That's what I'm gonna put on that bitch.
Whatever. But yeah, we need something that separates us.
Oh, we definitely got to switch. We got to switch the game up. I can't wait to bring back for February to bring back the kente cloth version of the logo. Oh my god!
Right.
That's all month. I'm so excited. I'm ready to roll that bitch back out. I sent that shit over to the Revolt niggas when we was in the town hall meeting. Hey, y'all getting the insider information. All right, congratulations. All right, you motherfuckers is in here. But yeah, sent that over to them niggas. They love that shit. I'm like, ha, we already ready for next year, nigga. Let's do it.
Got it.
What's going down?
Well, go ahead, proceed.
It's time to get into the top 5 non-Christmas movies, because why the fuck would we actually talk about Christmas movies?
And guess what we ain't going to talk about within those Christmas movies? Die Hard would not be brought up.
It's not going to happen. Not going to do that. Nope. So with that being said, Vig, you want to go back? You want to Jadakiss and Styles P that shit?
Yeah. Because I definitely, Jadakiss and Styles doing trade-offs, but I think overall, I like a good trade-off back and forth with some dope niggas. That's just... But this ain't the music podcast.
Just saying.
Ain't.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to start off with my notes. Now, it would be very easy for us or me or whoever to just make this whole fucking list based on movies that Shane Black wrote. So fucking easy to do so.
Low key.
Right. So if that were the case, I could very well cop out and go Lethal Weapon, Last Boy Scout, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, and I'm going to say The Nice Guys. But that being said, my real list.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I'm just going to start off and say, all right, fuck it. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang really is my first entry of non-Christmas movie that takes place during Christmas, but it does not have anything to do with Christmas. Starring your boy Robert Downey Jr. and Valley Kilmer's, and Robert Downey Jr.'s and the Valley Kilmers. Great fucking movie about an actor or wannabe actor pairing up with a private detective, and there's a lot of cool shit that ensues. It's extremely funny, extremely underrated. Came out pretty much right before Robert Downey Jr. made his resurgence. But again, like with Shane Black, he writes so many of his movies taking place during that time of year. But that shit's dope as fuck. So that's my first one.
And my first one, I'm gonna come right out the gate with, you know what? Nope, because we're gonna save that for an actual whole conversation. We're gonna go uno momento, pour flavor for the niggas who can see us on camera, because this little nigga is also low key the mascot out here in these streets. Got a full size Gizmo 13-inch Funko Pop with the red and blue old school style 3D glasses. Gremlins is my first jaunt.
Bright light.
You feel me? Out here. The Mogwai himself, all right? Gremlins for sure, bruh. Absolutely one of my favorite non-Christmas movies.
Yeah, we don't really need a synopsis of that. Everybody should know what the
Yeah,
fuck
if you don't know
is.
Gremlins at this point, you're a toddler or a weirdo. It's one of the two. And that's fine.
Fact. Little known Black history fact. I saw Gremlins, and me and my mother took me to see Gremlins and Footloose. Back to back.
Footloose.
The same day. I think we saw
Kick off your Sunday shoes.
Yeah, I think we saw Footloose first. I don't know why the fuck at 9 years old I wanted to see that shit, but apparently I did. So we saw Footloose first, and then we saw Gremlins after.
Kevin Bacon?
You know what the fuck Footloose is, Kevin Bacon.
No, that would have been perfect if Malachi was here.
Got you. But
Malachi.
Yeah, so I saw both of them the same day. It was one of those, I forgot what they call core memories for niggas.
Yeah.
Of seeing, two movies,
Inside Out.
seeing the movies back to back and shit. I gotta wonder where the fuck we was. I feel like we were at a theater that was somewhere near Randall, but it wasn't Randall. It was like across from Randall. But I don't remember shit back in them days of being on the bus. But nonetheless, Gremlins, fucking great. That was one of my possible choices, but I just figured that would be a little bit too easy for me to throw it on there when I knew it was a possibility he was gonna throw it on his.
Yeah, that was like my immediate first thought. It's the second that it was like, oh, I legit looked right down at the Funko and was like, Gremlins, easy.
Right. So in other words, we would actually share that one in comparison. So you know what? To get the I guess some of the Shane Black shit out of the way, I'm actually just gonna go and follow that right up with The Nice Guys, another Shane Black movie.
Yo, that's great. Okay, so that's an overlapping that we have.
Oh, so you did put that on there?
Absolutely.
I
fucks
guess
with The Nice Guys.
Okay. So I'm not. Well,
I mean, we could.
okay. Yeah, we're just sharing it now.
Yeah.
So,
I fuck with The Nice Guys. That shit was dope.
Fucking Russell Crowe
And Ryan Gosling.
Ryan motherfucking Gosling.
I should have known that it was gonna be good, but that shit was great.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
It's funny that I actually don't watch it as much as I should. But
Same.
In the same vein, like I said, if you've seen The Nice Guys and you haven't seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, you need to watch that. Or the opposite. If you've seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and not seen The Nice Guys, you need to watch both of them shits. Because as far as like good Shane Black movies that he wrote and directed, you are sleeping if you have not seen that shit. It is a wild ride. And takes place during Christmas, but it has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas.
Not even a fucking lick. Nigga. Not one
near.
single bit, bruh. Nothing to do with Le Cremant.
Right. So I guess since we shared that one, we trade it off and you can throw out your next.
Okay. Olympus Has Fallen.
Did And I know what I'm coming with next since you said that.
Olympus Has Fallen is my motherfucking shit. Gerard motherfucking Butler. Aaron Eckhart. Okay? That's a great fucking movie. I can't. Now, obviously spawned a trilogy and shit. Cool. But Olympus Has Fallen was very fucking dope. And it made and it was the more serious, aggressive joint that I much preferred versus the exact same fucking movie with just entirely too much comedic spin with Jamie Foxx and fucking Channing Tatum doing White House Down. It was one of those situations where two movies, obviously nobody copied the other. It was one of them things where two movies pretty much come out around the same fucking time. They have the same premise, and one is just vastly superior. And Olympus Has Fallen was definitely the much better movie to me.
You mean like Deep Impact and
Armageddon? Nigga, yes.
All right.
No, wait, no, nigga, hold on, wait. You mean like Deep Impact, Armageddon, and The Core? Nigga, because all three of them.
I didn't see The Core, but I know it was still in that same vein with the disaster movie shits and dealing with comets and whatnot. But yeah, but I thought The Core, they were like digging into the earth.
Yeah, to try to fucking to try to set off nukes inside the core of the earth to get it to reheat because the core was cooling down and it was gonna cause a nuclear holocaust and destroy the earth. Stupid as fuck. Either way, it was a dumbass disaster movie.
I got you. Well, I was just keeping it to meteors.
No, absolutely, for sure.
Okay.
But also, fucking A Quiet Place and Bird Box, same shit.
In a way, but I think that's a diss to Quiet Place.
No. Because A Quiet Place was the vastly superior, much better.
But that's what I'm saying.
One of your senses is gone due to the whatever
that's
the
my
thing
point.
is premise.
I didn't dislike Bird Box. I watched it like everybody else one time, but Quiet Place was just fucking chef's kiss.
That shit
that's
was
why I said that's
incredible.
a diss to A Quiet Place.
Yo, and with that being said too, without maximum tangent, that third one is ass. Really? And I fucking why am I losing his name right now?
Let me see who was in it. So it's Lupita and
because I wanted to keep calling him Eddie because that was his character in Stranger Things, and that's blowing me because that's not his fucking name. But
is it a white guy?
Yeah.
Then I don't know.
Joseph Quinn.
Okay.
But so you got Lupita and you got Joseph Quinn, main characters. Digimon shows up for like 30 seconds to give some continuity.
I forgot that Digimon was in the second one.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
and this was the prequel. Okay.
Yeah. So and so you got the prequel. All right, fine. But in Digimon, like he's only there for like 10 seconds, just for some continuity's sake. But with Lupita, I expected. I mean, she bodied her performance, and Joseph Quinn pretty much has come out of fucking nowhere and has been solid across the fucking board in everything he's been in. Since I've come to know who he is. Great. Their performances were dope. This movie was ass though, and it didn't provide any additional real context or further the lore or really expound on anything. It was kind of like Moon Knight, where we know they did the blackouts and then wake up and then everybody is knocked out and it's like, okay, what the fuck happened? It was very much that when the invasion started, it was, oh shit is getting real quick. We don't know what the fuck is going on. These things is just knocking shit over and killing people and squishing them and shit. And then Lupita gets knocked out and then she wake up and everybody knows all the rules and shit. Like, shh, they're attracted to noise. So now everybody's quiet. The fuck? Like, we didn't see how niggas managed to get to that realization, gather everybody together, get inside of a building and be inside a location where everybody all together and being quiet and shit and understanding what's going on and then start navigating through. So it was just like, what the fuck? And then they left everybody to relegate the movie down to just these two characters. And it just fell flat from there. It was like, oh, what the fuck?
Okay.
So,
Well, backing on track.
Yeah. But yes, Olympus Has Fallen, for sure. Gerard Butler out here fucking up terrorists in the White House, protecting El Presidente.
All right, with that being said, nigga, enemy of the state.
Ooh, okay. I respect it.
See?
I respect
Tony
it.
Scott, fucking classic there. Will Smith and Regina King. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
wait, Regina Hall just celebrated a birthday. Shout one time. She is, bro, all time.
I don't
all
want to talk
time.
about her because that's a whole other
All time, just all time though.
See, fuck it. See, now you done it, but I guess it's blurs and clips because we just can't stay on track.
We can't.
Regina Hall
is a god.
Is the I'm trying to think how to put it. And respectfully, she is the finest non-dime I can think of. And this is what I mean by this. Regina Hall, I guess in a classical sense, is attractive to most heterosexual men or women, even if you want to throw that out there. But I don't look at her when I'm thinking like, man, who's the finest women in Hollywood kind of thing. She doesn't make that list for me. But she is undoubtedly fine as fuck because I put women on a scale a lot of times where when people try to shit on them, and this is me defending y'all, when sometimes people like, yeah, she don't look that good, blah, blah, blah. And I say, what's the next door neighbor test? If she lived next door to you, would you think she was the shit? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying she has that quality where it's like she doesn't really get bigged up in that same way, but it's like it's something about her that's just she is just fine as fuck.
Bruh, listen.
But at the same time, I wouldn't put her up against Halle Berry for that comparison to be like, yeah, she looked better than Halle Berry. If people are saying traditionally, most people are going to say no. But if you gave me the option to be like, who would I rather fuck with? I'm going for Regina.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Listen, like I said, when I say all time, like, and let me put this out here right now, because some of the homies already know what it is. Regina Hall is my number one all time Hollywood crush. I love that.
I had no idea.
I love that she is amazing. Okay, yeah. She is my number one, numero uno. It ain't even close. I don't even know who I would put second. You know what? Probably. Yep, she just number one. She just number one. And then probably for variety's sake, the same way that I do when I'm picking my top movies, I'll go like one action, one sci-fi, one whatever, just for the sake of variety. Like I would go J-Lo because she's literally not aging and she's fucking 100. And then that also gives me some variety to go Latin, and then to go white. You know what? Gwen Stefani, because she's old as fuck. And she is so fine to me.
I get it. I'm not knocking her, but I'm kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, man. Look, The Voice, man. I've been watching it. I told you. So just, you know what? Neither here nor there, though. We only got 10 goddamn minutes left. So with that being said, let's go ahead and continue. Vig.
Really?
Enemy of the state.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, I didn't know we had a time limit.
No, we don't. But you know,
it's fine. No, that helps keep us on track. So yeah, Enemy of the State. Will Smith, of course. And what I was going to say is Regina King, when she officially became fine. Because her and that shit and that goddamn bra and panties, nigga.
Yeah.
Because before that, like I said, not to knock her, but I never looked at her that way until then. And then I fully saw mature Regina King, and I've looked at her differently since then, and being like, yeah, kind of almost on the same vein as the Regina Hall. Not quite, but kind of same thing.
Well, it wasn't until same thing. Bra and panties, goddamn, little mild lap dance action. True Lies. First time I looked at Jamie Lee Curtis and was like, huh. That's
weird when you say that because of, and I'm going to relate this to the topic. One of the things I had as a possibility on the list that it's not going to be one of my 5. Trading Places. Man, she showed her whole titties in Trading Places, but that's what.
I don't think I ever saw it.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Wowzers. We're not going to stay on that.
Okay.
We are going to say Enemy of the State, Will Smith, Gene Hackman, Tony Scott, whole bunch of other young actors that you know of that it was still before they blew up. 1999, being Jack Black, Scott Conn, Fucking Jamie Kennedy was in it. A whole bunch of motherfuckers. Anyway, very dope, intrigue, kind of spyish movie. John Voight. Also takes place during, Christmas time. There's gifts that get stolen and everything, but nothing to do with Christmas. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna throw in there. And mind you, these are not my all time, but this is just things I want to highlight for the sake of the list. But yeah, you not seeing Trading Places one of now. Here's the thing. I don't have an affinity for Trading Places in that same way that a lot of people do. But it's just that when you talk about the movies that put Eddie Murphy on the map, it's 48 Hours and Trading Places. So the fact that you haven't seen Trading Places is fucking wild to me.
I'm really trying to wrap my mind around it. I don't know. It may be one of those things that where once I cut it on, like kind of like with True Lies, when I cut it on, it may click like, oh yeah, but just haven't seen it since forever and ever and ever. So
that's a possibility.
It's possible. So yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
I know which one I'm saving for last for sure, but 4 would be oddly enough, even though I know and came to really learn and remember and recognize later on that this was not first, but the first movie that I knew and recognized Johnny Depp for was Edward Scissorhands.
Right.
One of my top fucking movies from childhood. I mean, I watched Edward Scissorhands 100,000 times. It was so dope to me because there was just like that extreme contrast of this almost like Pleasantville, perfect ass like town, the colors, the way that shit all popped, but then that super ultra dank, desolate ass like fucking creep fucking fest of a mansion, like of a house that he was made in, was like super fucking weird and dark and twisted the fuck up to me. I loved everything about Edward Scissorhands when I was a kid.
I mean, I did also to a degree where I was just really into Tim Burton shit, going from Pee-wee's Big Adventure to Beetlejuice to Batman to what was the 89 movie? Oh, dumb Batman, duh.
89.
So 85, 88, 89, and then Edward Scissorhands in 90. So he had a nice streak to me where it was like, oh, Tim Burton's definitely on some shit. And Tim Burton, one of the most diverse actor picking directors out there. Because if you definitely want to see a diverse cast, watch a Tim Burton movie.
Absolutely.
He's going to have all kinds of people of all kinds of races all up in those movies.
All through.
The DEI is DEI-ing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yep.
All right.
What you got?
All right. I said, fuck it. I was like, you know what? Friday after next.
Respectfully.
Yeah, that's actually, I was going to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to fuck with Friday after next because, I mean, and I have to give it some props because even though, well, it's second out of the funniest of the Friday trilogy to me. Because, I mean, I think Next Friday was cool, but Friday After Next gave a lot more classics to me. I think Day Day was really classic in Next Friday, but having Cat Williams in there is Money Mike, plus Terry Crews is Damon. There was a lot more quotables, I think, in Friday After Next.
Tupac, nigga, that
even
shit.
Still, but just I can't still to this day, I can't say shit like, I can't not think of shit like, speaking of roaches, where was your antennas when them niggas is up here rapping me?
Right.
Like, I can't think of that. That was the hell of an introduction to Cat Williams for me and a lot of people. So, I mean.
It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Well, what was, that was, the young niggas chasing them niggas down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Running with the grannies, the whole scene with the grandmas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and selling pussy and shit. That's funny as fuck, nigga. Holy moly donut shop, nigga. And all of that shit, nigga. Everything about that shit, nigga. Slapping the mama. Nigga. Like, nigga. It's so many fucking banger moments in Friday After Next. Like I said, respectful.
And it is kind of a cheat in the way that some of but it's not really themed around Christmas, but it is Christmas E because I mean it starts off with Christmas related things. It plays Christmas
And Ricky
songs in
Smiley
it.
stealing shit.
Right. So it's that, but at the same time, the real focus of it was just another reason to be like, yeah, we got some hood shit going on and having to get some money, blah blah blah. So it wasn't so.
But like a
focused on-
crackhead nigga in a FUBU jersey stealing niggas presents and trees and shit is fucking hilarious. And
Right.
that is super hood nigga shit for sure. So that's great. That is great. Okay. Batman Returns, nigga.
Nigga, Tim Burton is back with more black people in the movie.
With Seal.
That's not the Seal movie.
Oh, you right. That was
Batman Forever.
That was Batman Forever. Damn.
Tim Burton would never.
You right. You right.
He would never. Well, he did let Prince do
That's true.
the first.
That's a light skinned nigga though.
Okay.
But
okay.
hey,
Well, yeah. Seal a little bit.
he
too
might
much for
not
that.
have known.
All right.
But
Well, either that or he just got boxed out from Warner Brothers because they like, we're putting our artists on this shit, man.
yeah,
That's
low-key
that.
type shit. Okay, no. But yes, okay. Batman Returns though. That is my personal favorite Batman movie of all time. For me. I know
Disrespectful.
y'all niggas is like, Dark Knight. Eat a dick, nigga. If you go watch the fight scenes in Batman, Nolan is god awful at fucking fight choreography and cinematography from that respect. You be niggas falling when Batman punches somebody else in the background and stupid ass shit like that. It just no, okay? But for the multiple elements in Batman Returns, for me, Danny DeVito will always be Penguin. Colin just bodied that shit. But Danny DeVito is the definitive Penguin for me. I don't give a fuck what nobody does. Michelle Pfeiffer in that motherfucking leather with them staples and shit, nigga. It's always gonna be Catwoman, okay?
So I got to call you out on the favorite Batman movie thing.
What?
And not in the way you think, because actually, no,
Okay.
I agree with you. I think Dark Knight is the better movie, obviously. But
sure.
it's actually not my favorite one. My favorite one is the 89 Batman.
And I respect niggas who fuck with Batman 89. Nigga, it's phenomenal, nigga. Like, I mean,
Right.
Jack Nicholson is that nigga. And absolutely cooked up. Kim Basinger, Vicky Vale. Let's go. And she might have been my first like term. I looked at a white woman and was like, wait a minute now. But then when Returns came out, Michelle Pfeiffer was like, whatever, frumpy white woman. And then she put on that leather. Nigga, and it was like, oh.
She was cool, but I actually liked Michelle Pfeiffer when I first saw her in Married to the Mob.
Okay,
So I
another
think that
movie.
came out in like 86 or so. It was one of them things I saw constantly on Showtime at the time when I was a kid. So
Got you. Just something that I
thought
never
she
saw.
was cute as fuck in the shit, so I did like her. So let alone her being in that was cool. But yeah, of course, Batman Returns is
Like I
still
said,
up
nigga,
there for me.
it's that leather. It was like what they did like with Penguin and his technology squad taking over the Batmobile and shit. That was fucking hilarious, dope to me. I fuck with Michael Keaton. Of course, that was dope to have him back. Fucking. Not Willem Dafoe. Jesus Christ.
Are we still talking about Batman Returns?
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Oh,
are.
we talking about Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. My God, help me. I'm old, nigga. Christopher Walken. Okay, cool, dope. The way that they fucking killed Selena and then had her come back as Catwoman was dope as fuck to me. Just everything that they did with Danny DeVito was dope to me. Having them two team up and get together and then go after Batman, it's perfect to me. I fucking love Batman Returns. That's always gonna be my favorite Batman movie of all time. Even though I can see completely somebody still fucking with 89 over that, but I felt like getting the double villains and considering that both of them really, really bodied their roles, that gave me it did feel like a step up in that regard. And I can still acknowledge that The Dark Knight is a better movie, but no, it's not the one that it's not my favorite.
Right. All right. So lastly, throw you a curveball because I'm going to bring up a movie that I know for a fact you've never seen. Probably never even heard of.
Double.
And it is a action horror movie. And it is one of my favorites from when I was a kid. And you may or may not choose to watch this because you can definitely find it on YouTube. It's a movie from 1985 called Night of the Comet. Or was it 84? One of the two. But you can find the shit. Night of the Comet stars, I think her name is Catherine Mary Stewart. She was in The Last Starfighter and some other stuff back then. She was in a lot of shit back.
For sure.
But basically, the movie is takes place during Christmas time, but they're in California. But there's a meteor that is going to pass past Earth. And everybody's, well, I shouldn't say a meteor, a comet. Obviously, Night of the Comet. So there's a comet that's going to pass Earth. It's a big thing. People are having parties and shit that's partially, holiday parties, partially, enjoying the comet. But what happens is when the comet passes over, everybody that was exposed completely just turns to fucking dust. Yep. But Catherine's character, she happened to work at a theater, so she was in the projection booth with her boyfriend where they were kind of covered by steel. So anybody that was in something that was covered by like steel or metal, they didn't get hit by it. So her sister didn't get affected. She was basically sleeping in the shed because she got into it with their mother that night. And mother was having a party, so she lived. Catherine Mary Stewart lived. Her boyfriend lived initially, but then when they go out, the people that weren't completely under the metal basically kind of turned into fucking zombies, but not in the traditional sense. Like they were kind of like fucked up, but still had their brains, but they were like just a little bit psychotic. So it's basically them being stuck in LA where nobody's around and they got the whole city to themselves, but then they also have to deal with these zombies and these factions of zombies that are around there, and they're basically trying to kill them, and then they end up running into another guy that ends up he also didn't get affected, so they're linking up with him. And then without spoiling too much of any of it, but yeah, that's what it was. It was very 80s, but at the same time, like I said, it was very different for the time where it's like, yeah, you got these two young girls and another guy that they meet, and they're trying to survive within the city and trying to figure out what happened and why they weren't affected by the comet initially, and how will they live life now in this new not post-apocalyptic, but post-comet world. But yeah, it's part action, but it's actually more based on it trying to be a horror movie than anything. Night of the Comet, like I said, you can pull it up on YouTube.
Yeah, they can have to go fuck with it on the tube of you. You know what I'm saying?
It's not one of the most terrible, but like I said, back in the day when I was a kid, yeah, we watched that shit a lot.
Oh, for sure.
And I had to think about it when I was trying to think of the stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm swearing Night of the Comet took place during Christmas time, and sure enough, it did.
For sure. I think, shit, I mean, that's 5 and 5.
Yeah, it's 5 and 5.
Right,
we have one shared.
Yep.
So, it's that time of the episode where either this nigga's going to completely disappoint us or he's going to do what he's supposed to do. It's homework time.
It is homework time.
So, on the last episode that we discussed homework, I was tasked to watch either The Madness or some other shit I don't remember.
I don't either. Yo, we are awful at this. Jesus.
Well, I know what I gave you since you didn't do it. So I mean, well, yeah, you don't remember the other thing
you gave me. Well, you gave me Detroiters and Poker Face. Yeah.
So I gave him Detroiters and Poker Face. So I watched the first 2 episodes of The Madness, no less, not even one.
Okay.
And if there's one thing that I know, I'm tired of seeing fucking Coleman Domingo's mouth agape all the fucking time, looking confused.
Okay.
Sick of the shit.
I feel you.
Sick of it. Now, I'm not going to say based on the first episode, I was kind of intrigued on where it was going. And then I watched the second episode, still kind of intrigued, but still mad at this motherfucker's mouth open all the time. But that being said, I don't know that I am going to commit to watching another 6 episodes of that shit. I do not know.
I feel you.
But I gave it more than a college try in the fact that I watched 2 episodes of the shit.
No, you better than I am, nigga. Now, granted, nigga, you know what I'm saying, nigga, I went ahead and said, all right, well, nigga, cause I fucked up. I missed homework, so I got tasked with 2 joints. Well, I had 3 on the list. So I had to do 2 of the 3, and I started with Detroiters because I was like, yo, fuck it. Because I was intrigued because, of course, you know, the homie CP, you know what I'm saying, who I've been communicating with, you know what I'm saying, which is good for sure. You know what I'm saying, there's updates, but we'll talk about that off camera. You know what I'm saying, that's news you bitch ass niggas don't get yet. But I wanted to go tap in with that, and what I got out of it, aside from fucking outside of jokes, nigga, what I got from it is that feeling of, like we kind of talked about, like with like Southside.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like the same way is, nigga, I feel like bro, like that's Midwest, nigga. Like we need something.
Yeah.
We need something. Like that's what I got from it. And in the all in all, my takeaway was that kind of was where my brain was at. Like, nigga, man, we need something. And it gotta be dope. So Detroiters is out the way. Kosher. Only one. But Poker Face. I got to episode 2, but I did not get far into episode 2. But my only gripe with Poker Face was the voice that Natasha Lyonne is doing. I hate it. Oh God, I hated every fucking line that came out of her mouth with whatever that weird accent and vocal tone that she created for this shit. I was like, yo, please stop doing that. I'm like, is she is this like one scene? Is like she upset? Do she need a cough drop? Like, what's happening in this? Oh, she stays like this whole long ass episode and just keeps talking this way. That is fucking annoying. So that is the only thing I didn't like about it. Did not see that shit going how it did by the end of the first episode.
Right.
Like, oh, fuck, nigga, turn up.
And that's why I was trying to get you to watch it, because I didn't know what to expect. But I'm like, it's Rian Johnson, so I'm like, let me give it a try. I'm like, if we fuck with Knives Out, and this came out right around the time that Glass Onion came out, so I was like, all right, I'm about to see what's up. So when I watched the shit and it didn't go where I thought it was gonna go, I'm like, yo, I'm fucking with this.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I started episode 2. I only paused it because I was doing something. So all right, cool. I'm gonna tap back in and see where it go.
And again, it's every episode is completely different. It's almost like, I guess I didn't watch Murder, She Wrote, but I guess in the same vein of where it's like it's always a different setting in a different part of the story, but it's still connected. Like the overarching
because like she's on the run,
right? They don't abandon that, but every episode is like, I'm in a new place. It's like on some Scooby Doo shit. I'm in a new place, and here's a new mystery,
right?
And I have to deal with that. But that's why I like
Incredible Hulk shit,
right? But that's why I fucked with it. But again, like I said, I understand. In the same way, like I said, the madness, I don't have an issue with, but every time this nigga stops, he's like, nigga, close your mouth.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, like I said, I enjoy both of my joints. So obviously, that means that I still have The Wiz remaining on my list. And I need something else to be added to that. I don't remember what the other thing was for you. And I need to just add something else to your list.
I have a tentative list of some things, and part of me wants to make you watch Night of the Comet just because that's new and came up. So I can take Detroiters off of here since you've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck it. I can save the other ones, tuck them later.
Okay.
Watch The Wiz or Night of the Comet. But yeah, Night of the Comet is available multiple times on YouTube. People have put it up there because, again, it's one of those movies that's so under the radar. You know, it's not getting...
Yeah, ain't nobody paying no fucking mind.
Yeah,
I got you.
But I found a good version of it recently. That's what made it come back up to me, and I downloaded it. I didn't actually say that on camera. But,
through Amazon... .com.
Yeah, I was just, well, when I say download, I mean I just streamed it and watched it.
Yeah, because that's, you know, the newfangled terms can be confusing.
Yeah, but it was actually a good copy. It probably was like, it was a high quality version, like it wasn't 1080p or nothing, but
for sure.
But like I said, I think you might kind of dig it. Like I said, it's a cool, and I know it's not long.
Have you ever watched Designated Survivor? No?
I don't know what that is.
Nigga, that's great, nigga. Designated Survivor for sure. Episode 1 of Designated Survivor for you for sure, nigga, because that's just a Kiefer Sutherland banger, and I had no clue what the hell it was or expectation for it, and they kick off episode 1 low key with a little bang, and then ultimately, all in all, the show was like on some like it was one of them like cancellation rescue bring the show back situations kind of shit like we done seen with some other shows, just so that they could try to like wrap it up with a solid end or whatever.
Wrap that shit up,
B. But no, that shit definitely is a good watch. So I quite enjoyed that. So yeah, I would definitely say Designated Survivor, which is on the Flicks of Net.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Sure. Why not?
All right, cool. So I have to watch
Night of the Comet.
Night of the
Because you
Comet.
ain't gonna watch The Wiz.
Because I'm not gonna watch The Wiz. Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet. I remember. Jesus Christ. All right. And Vig has to watch something or Designated Survivor. Because we don't remember. So probably fuck around and be that. Unless I see in the previous episode and go look. I'm probably not gonna go look it up. It'll probably just be that.
I just might, since it's there and I was just editing clips
We'll be out
today.
here.
So yeah, I probably should just go ahead and just move it to the end of it just to see what it was.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, yeah, whatever. So wrap this shit up, B.
Wrap that shit up, B. All right, man, listen, we appreciate y'all tapping in, tuning in per usual, man. Shout out to the Revolt Podcast Network. Look, we got some cool shit coming up, rolling into January, and we go low-key act the black-ass fool in February, so y'all just get ready for that. As always, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure you follow the gang. Of course, follow myself at BKA Watts.
And Vigatron 999, that's also Vigatron 999 on the PlayStation Network. So if you want to possibly friend me, I might be looking like, who the fuck is this? Because if you're playing Helldivers or GTA online or anything, or it could be fucking Fall Guys, whatever. Yeah, hit a nigga up.
Yeah, pretty much. And also, of course, follow the Instagram page for the pod at Blurs and Clips. And if you got questions, concerns, comments, whatever, you can DM those right to us over there, or you can email us at blursandclips@gmail.com. And at either location, we may or may not give enough of a shit to actually read what it is that you had to say. If it was something interesting, you just fuck around and get a response, or hear something that you said that was cool or suggested to us here on the show. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. As usual, this has been Blurs and Clips, your TV, movie, video game, whatever the hell else we feel like talking about podcasts, because it is our goddamn show, and we've made it another week without talking about you rap niggas. As always, love, peace, and chicken grease.